Hi, so what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Marshall. My question is, why should men marry women?
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Marshall. This is a difficult and a complex question because it goes against tradition. You know, traditionally, we've had a lot of things like kids in ancient times marrying when they were 12 or 13, child abuse, slavery, a lot of things that are so ingrained into society that getting outside that has been very, very difficult. And I think that marriage is one of these things. You know, marriage is idealized. It's been turned into a fantasy, a romantic fantasy that we're in love with. To many people, getting married is like the #1 goal in their life. And it's such a fantasy that it distracts them from the reality. And the reality is that half of all marriages fail, which is another way of saying that marriage doesn't always make you happy. So I think the question bears taking a look at. Does marriage make people happy? Well, if you look at the scientific evidence, we know that some animals are monogamous, but most animals are non-monogamous. They will take on different partners. And we know from celebrities and from politics and religion that even the most conservative religious and political leaders have trouble with fidelity. Why is that? Well, it's because humans are naturally non-monogamous, so we're seeking alternative partners. What's the way out of this? Well, I don't think it's the end of marriage, but you know, there's this old saying in the South, having a quote understanding. You know, having an understanding is just another way of saying we're going to have an open marriage where we're allowed to have other partners. So I think that marriage as a commitment will last. And what marriage means is I will dedicate the next 50 years of my life to you. And if we have problems, I commit to resolving the problems, not just to abandoning you. But marriage as a commitment doesn't necessarily mean that marriage needs to be monogamous. And I think that that may lead to happier marriages. It's a strange concept, but if you have happier marriages that don't end in divorce as often, isn't that a good thing? But just start from the premise, what makes me happy in reality, not in fantasy?